I've been working on the pre-assembly of the 289 Hypo for the 65 Shelby GT350. And while I was putting things together on this engine, this thermostat reminded me of something that really bothers me. Let's get into that right now. This little thermostat can cause a huge issue if you ever had one go bad. It used to be years ago when I would put these engines together or work on anybody's car, without a thought, if I was pulling one of these out, I'd put a brand new one in because you don't want it to go bad on whatever you're working on. Today, I rethink that. This thermostat has been in the previous engine that was in the car probably at least 25, 30 years. So it's been quite a while. And it's been working. It's a 160. I can't really tell whose manufacturer it is, but that's okay. A working thermostat is better than a non-working thermostat. Let me explain. I could buy a brand new one off the shelf, and maybe 1 out of 4, 1 out of 5 would probably fail or not work right off the bat. I feel safer putting this old thermostat in than using a brand new one. Totally against what I used to believe, but this is the better option. Which goes to the whole premise of why I'm talking about this. Back in the 80s, late 80s, China opened up manufacturing. A lot of US companies decided that it was too good of a deal to pass up. China was offering huge incentives. The labor force was dirt cheap compared to the union labor forces that employers had to pay to produce the same parts that China could do for way less money. Manufacturing left the United States and went to China. That was the end of it all, because we didn't really realize the repercussions from that. When manufacturers made this little simple thermostat, or any other part on these cars that were an aftermarket part for replacement, they would do testing. They would test these parts thoroughly before they would even release one out to the public. You would be pretty assured that anything that you had gotten from that manufacturer was going to work. When things moved to China, that all changed. China initially was there. They really wanted to get the business of the United States. Labor rate was dirt cheap. Companies couldn't refuse. But the problem was China, the workers didn't care. Why? Because they got paid so little. They weren't paid to care about the product they produced. Along with that, there was no R&D of the parts that they made. And still to this day, that holds true. You go to AutoZone or Advanced Auto, any of those stores, everything is sourced from China, a huge portion of it. Those parts, how many times have you seen fail? At least I have. Failure rate is super high. You just almost bet on it, and they kind of bake that into the cake, for lack of a better term. They sell things so cheaply that if you get something that's bad, you're not entirely upset by it. We've been trained over the past 20 years, 30 years, that if you get a bad part, just take it back to the parts store, not a concern. Meanwhile, you have repair shops getting these bad parts, putting them on cars. The parts are bad. They got to redo the whole job again. What does the shop do? If you have a conscience, you can't charge your customer for that work again. They already paid once for it. So as a shop owner, you almost have to eat it. And that hurts, bottom line. And another thing too, that has led to a lot of guys dropping out of the business. You see it less and less now. Small, independent garages willing to have their doors open, working on cars anymore. I just see them closing left and right. Places that used to be booming businesses. They shut the doors. They cannot deal with all the different regulations, the issues with parts, the tens of thousands of dollars a year they have to pay to upgrade their electronic systems in order to diagnose problems in the newer cars. It has become a business that nobody really wants to be in anymore, so you're stuck with the dealers. But anyway, I digress. Back to the original issue. The new stuff today, the parts that are coming out from most part stores, they're garbage. The only place I have faith in anymore that I can get a quality or decent quality part is from Napa. That said, I have this brass fitting in my hand, which I purchased from Napa. Where it came from, I have no idea. It's supposed to be for a 3/16 brake line fitting. I went to use it on my own personal car, started putting the nut inside the threads, ran it in fine, went nice and smooth, started tightening it, and the threads just skipped. The threads are not even, you can't even use this part. You cannot tighten the nut to secure it enough to be able to use this part. It's a hunk of junk, and I bought that from Napa. Now that is something that I don't run across often, but even just goes to show you, no matter where you buy anything anymore, what you buy, you got to be prepared for failure. And it's sad to say because it was never like that. Will it ever change? I highly doubt it. The machinery that was originally in this country to make these parts were sold off years ago when the decision was made to ship manufacturing over to China and Taiwan and the Asian Pacific countries and such, whoever was willing to do the manufacturing. The equipment is gone. We are not able to create these parts anymore because we don't have the machinery to do so. And to build the machinery again to make the parts is astronomically expensive that you couldn't make enough parts to pay for the machinery to make the parts, if you know what I'm saying. So back to what I was saying, you're not going to get the manufacturing back in this country like it was. It's gone. Maybe decades later. It's taken decades to undo. It would take decades of commitment to fix. Highly unlikely. So, a word of advice. If you got a good part on your car, think twice before you remove it and get rid of it. Because the part that you could be replacing it with might be a piece of junk. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're wrapping up the 65 Shelby GT350 soon. Engine's going to be going in next week. Looking forward to that. Very cool car. Thanks again for watching.